Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 24th of May. So looking at the Eurodollar first, and well, it pitched in yet another pivot swing, bearish pivot swing running into yesterday's market there. Which may suggest further downside. Now, where we're sitting at the moment is we've probably got a little bounce to happen. It's just bouncing off the weekly S1 at the moment. We've got the daily pivot just above us, but it's so choppy in this current price action that we're seeing here. It may be just a case of will be for me a case of just waiting to see how we move from here. I'm just looking at sort of a point across here to the downside. It starts rolling from here. I would like to see that daily pivot hit out of the way and see the reaction to that as well. If it starts breaking down from there, I will be looking for short side. Is there a chance of a bigger push up today? Well, I don't necessarily think there's anything there to create such a thing, but we'll see. Haven't fully digested the minutes from the FOMC last US FOMC meeting, but I don't think there's anything massive in that to change things here, so we'll have a look at how we go along. But for now, as I said, I really want to be preferably trading on the short side here. If it breaks through, maybe a run into the 50 may give me a short trade, but we haven't got a lot of volatility here yet. So this is the euro. Let's have a look at the pound. Let's have a look when it comes. Be good. So another one. Actually, a little. On the dailies there's a pivot swing, a bearish pivot swing there as well. So could see this again more continuation. A little bear flag on the 4-hourly. Already through the daily pivot. Maybe wants to push up a bit further again. The 60-50 may give opportunities at a sell point. I have to watch that carefully. Had quite a sell-off yesterday. We'll see how things go. There is news that there may be a request for a transition with Brexit to be extended to 2023, but it may just be comments in the newspapers and not reality. Such an arrangement might see the pound bounce a little bit more, but again, on the downside, I could just be looking for a break of the lows here. If I could only get a trend line up, it'd be really good. Let's see if we can get that one come up for us. So along the lows here, it's not particularly well drawn, but that's really what I'm looking for on the downside, for the potential for continuation to the downside. Right, dollar yen, funny old one here. Doesn't notice on the dailies it strengthened quite considerably yesterday. Normally when there's risk around, you see money coming back into the dollar yen. Aside of that, I'm not too sure fundamentally why that's done that yet. Just fresh back off a few days away, so a bit of catching up to do at the moment. It's the way it's running at the moment, well, it does look solid, like it might have a bit more of a correction. However, the 4-hourly is giving us a reasonable divergence there. If the other markets are looking soft against the dollar, I would expect this to do so as well. Have got daily pivot up there, right back up at 110.14. That may be a bit of a draw this morning. There's the potential for that bounce up to that sort of level, at least, maybe more. Yeah, it's short side. Well, I'd wait until we saw if there's sort of any resistance into any of these moving averages and just wait for a bit of confirmation and maybe sell into it. But we'll see what's happening across the markets for me before I run into that one. At the moment, though, as I said, it looks like that we may just get, there may be just a bear flag in a bullish movement. Right, that's dollar yen, Aussie dollar. Let's have a look at that. Okay, a bit more consolidated in terms of price action over the last couple of days or so. Not necessarily giving me too many clues here on this 60-minute again, though. Same old really. It's a case of let's have a look, see if it breaks. I would rather be on the downside. I'm going to get trend line on here would be good. Right. I'd rather be on that downside, so looking for the break of the lows down here. Maybe into yesterday's lows, maybe a bit further back through to back towards that weekly pivot, but upside where it has some potential if these markets do push up, and maybe if it breaks the trend that's across the top there, maybe look back for Tuesday's highs, maybe even. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Let's have a look on the dailies first, see what we're up to here. Okay, so best probably left alone at the moment, chopping along happily again. I mean, we saw it a few weeks ago, and it's just literally chopping from pillar to post here. You could be trying to trade the trend back, or the the movement back towards those lows, back towards that monthly pivot potentially. If it starts breaking down, there's the potential for that to happen, and maybe a few pips in it, but it's a pretty choppy market when you come back, look at the sort of bigger time frames. No clear direction on that at the moment. So there we go. Fundamentally, just looking, we've got Carney speaking this morning. Let's just have a look. Due to deliver opening marks at Bank of England's Markets Forum. Okay, we may get some volatility coming out of that. 9 o'clock. For the pound retail sales at 9:30, I would expect to see some volatility. We often see a bit of a price action happening before 9:30. It may appear that it's no longer being leaked, but it would have appeared previously that it was being leaked, that news, so we would have seen the earlier movements. We'll see, but that's at 9:30. Certainly we'll see some volatility around that regardless. 12:30 we've got the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts. Now, months ago I'd have said forget it, it doesn't really do too much, but we noticed of late there's been detail in there which hasn't necessarily been spoken about, so watch out for volatility at 12:30 on the euro. Side of that, the data coming out of the US is pretty thin in terms of its potential to move the markets. There is an FOMC speaker at 3:35, but he's just it's a research event he's talking at. And then we've got Carney speaking again at 6. Okay, due to a speaker at the Society of Professional I can't even say economists annual dinner. That'll be fun at 6 p.m. Well, we probably won't be trading too much around there. It's probably unlikely we'll see too much volatility around that one as well. So there we are. That's it for me. Have a great one. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.